Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 26 of my series in which I will try to collect 1,000,000,000 iron ingots. In today's episode, I plan on setting up another void ore miner from Environmental Tech. Now, I've actually ran into a little problem. Initially, I had planned to move this unit down to a new room and actually change out the void ore controller with a void resource miner controller. However, I've encountered a problem. I think the problem stems from my server actually crashed after I got home today. Because the electricity went out for my computer, and when I rebooted it, it would crash. So I loaded up a backup file, and it seemed to work fine, but for whatever reason, I cannot break this. However, if I take out a new block, it says I'm the owner, and I am able to break it. So for whatever reason, I can't break this stuff right now. Hopefully, after I dive into the configs a little bit, I can figure out what I can do to break this. But in the meantime, since it's here, we might as well run it. So actually, I put away the battery, or the energy source. Let's just whip that out and put it back, because if it's here, we might as well use it. Whatever. I'll figure it out, hopefully, eventually, at some point. But let's move on to what we're doing this episode. So I made yet another basement for this building because I like these mechanisms to be close to bedrock, because they require a direct line of sight to the bedrock. And so what I did is I just dug down even more, and now we're here. This laser is actually from that one upstairs, and if I'm right, I can even run through that, and it doesn't hurt me at all, which is cool, because at first I kind of figured it would. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to dig out a not quite 13 by 13 hole here, but a 7 by 7 hole to begin with. But we will need to be able to expand that to 13 by 13, because the tier 6 void ore miner, which we will eventually get to, is 13 by 13 by 8. It's 8 tall and 13 long and wide. So we're going to leave a big enough footprint for that. So what we need to do is, if we put it right here, it would be against the wall. So let's do right here as the middle. We can just dig down, and boom, we're already at bedrock, which is really, really nice. So this needs to be a 7 by 7 right now. So let's go ahead and dig that out. Thankfully, it's not a big task. I believe it is 5 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will be 5. Oh, I've got a cat running in front of me. It's not cool. Okay, so hopefully right there I'll do, actually. And then we can start laying down the law. And by the law, I mean, actually that's not going to work out very well. We can take out the assembler and start assembling. Hopefully I can reach it from over here, because this is where I want to be. And looks like we can. Good. Oh, that's bad. Okay, I really hope I have I'm pretty sure I have everything I need, but we'll find out when it either completes or it doesn't complete. Now I'm worried. What am I missing here? Okay, it looks like it's done, but it's not. It's not, like the laser right here tells me it's done, but it never said assembly complete. So what I can do is I can just set up my modular storage and give it some power, and we'll see if it reacts. If it does, then we're all good to go. If it doesn't, well, then we need to work on something. Do the storage over here, just a tier 1, and then we have a battery that I filled up pre-episode. And let's see if this'll And it is. It seems to be working, so looks like we're all good here. Now, the next thing I need to do for this is I need to run some covered cable and some energy to the system. So let's get started on that. First, let's decide exactly where I want to run this. I think I'm actually going to run it... Shoot. I kind of want to run it from over here, but I really don't have the flux duct set up yet because I want to exchange all this flux duct behind these walls and under here, under this rail right here, with this stuff right here. But unfortunately, I don't have enough to do that right now. So, let's see. I think what I'm going to end up doing is running some flux duct from over here a little ways and running it down from right here somewhere just to the west of the wall. Hang on, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta reset some stuff. And I'm finally back. I think I've found a way to route this. I'm just gonna route it right through this wall, and it's actually gonna have to be one over just to make it look a little bit better, but that's okay. So it will require just a little bit of working to make things look nice, but it's not much, so I mean, it's all good. So we'll just run it right beside the elevators, and yeah, it'll just be on the other side of this wall. And we can run this all the way down. Okay. And I actually can do the rest of this off camera. I will see you guys when I am at the bottom of this elevator shaft. And we're at the bottom here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this flux duct across right above the torches here, because I could either run it in the floor or the ceiling. The thing is, the ceiling's so high that it makes it really hard to work with. So if I run it through the wall here, I can just set up parallel lasers once I get that far anyways. And it can just have one strand of flux ducts running across this way, and then the rest of it will be hidden in the wall, and then I can run parallel ones across the room as necessary as I build east and west here. Now, this is going to take a little bit of digging, so I can go ahead and do that off camera, but I just wanted to share kind of my plans here of how I'm going to do this. So I will be back here in a few minutes after I've dug this out and laid the cable. And now we have all of our flux duct laid across through the table. We can go ahead and cover it up here with some stone. And it would actually be a little bit quicker if we grab the builder's wand instead and just do it like so. So long as we don't mess up and accidentally like click right here and make a mess. So after we get this all covered up, we can run our flux duct to our battery over here. And I'm actually going to change the position of this. Actually, I don't know that I am. I think I like it where it is. So let's grab some flux duct, and let's see here. I think I have some more. Yeah, I do. I have plenty more. So let's run it from here. And we know that just on the other side of this, we have power. So this should be going, theoretically, it should have been going up. Looks like realistically, we have a problem somewhere. So we're going to have to troubleshoot this stupid thing. Through the unused basements here, I actually have the cable showing because I don't have walls in their proper locations. So let's look through this real fast. There's our problem. That might be. Okay, let's go down and let's see if this is fixed. She looks to be awfully fixed because that's going up awfully quickly. Okay, now let's see here. This seems to be doing pretty well so far. I'm guessing it's a little bit quicker than the one I have upstairs. In addition, well, it should be quicker, A, and B, we can make it quicker through if we replace these modifiers with speed modifiers. Right now they are what are called null modifiers, which means there is no modification whatsoever. But there are a number of mods or modifiers that we can use right there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The next thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go ahead and see if I can't make a resource miner controller tier 1. And let me get out what I need. Or what I think I need anyways, because I'm not entirely sure if it's the same or not. So let's see here. I think I need 24 of these. I think I need 20 of these. Good. 2 laser cores. And a laser lens. Let's see, do I need anything else? I don't think so. And I say that I don't think so. Because I don't know so. I think I'm gonna put it right over here, and let's count this out. So we need 3, so this is for that over there, and then let's go ahead and mark. This is the edge. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should be the center of our tier 1 void resource miner. And we need to make this a 7 by 7. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's obviously pretty fast with a hammer here, which is pretty nice. And then this will be actually 1 shorter than that one, so I think it's 4 tall. 2, 3, and then it should be right here. And then we can go ahead and get rid of this riffraff. And hopefully, this will go together. Now, I'm building this particularly because I want mica, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's let's see if I can't look it up. It is this thing right here, and you can only get it through these void resource miners, but they are used to make the modifiers, particularly the speed modifier, which is the one I want most. Once we install 4 of these bad boys, this thing will make a lot more stuff, and that will make me a lot more happy. So that's the goal. Now let's hook up some power. I actually need some sort of energy, so let's get that. Well, let's not get that going. You know what? I don't really need that for right now. What I can do is I can just go ahead and set this up. So the energy cell will be there, and then we can just run the conduit like so. That's kind of cool. I didn't think I could actually do that, but apparently these flex ducts are not, they don't take up the whole entire square, so I can be beside it. Like, I didn't think I could make this ledge right here, but apparently I can. And theoretically that should get going. Let's hook up the storage, and let's move the storage on these guys because I think it would work better not like that. Like that. It'll just be easier to link them up should I want to, and I do want to, just to make the import bus stuff easier. So let's see here. I have a retriever, so we are going to use that. Nope. And nope. I was gonna see if I could right click that away like you can with a lot of blocks. Seems like mods are doing a better and better job of interacting with each other, which is real cool. I was just seeing if I could use my thermal crescent hammer to take away this void ore miner controller, but I can't. But that's cool. Don't need to. And let's set this to always active. And that's good. See if we have any mica. No. Oh well. Wouldn't have got there yet, but that's okay. So now the last thing I think I need to set up with these guys is I need to import these items into my applied energistic system. And that should not be too hard. Just use an import bus here. And I think what I'm going to do is run the covered cable just directly adjacent to the flex duct here. So first thing is I need to attach this import bus. Let's do it right here. It's actually gonna 100% have to get moved because as this grows it will get taller. We will need to move it, but for right now it'll be okay. It'll only take a few seconds to move later, and for right now it'll help us more easily set up the covered cable. Fortunately, this is still kind of difficult. Not difficult, but just kind of time consuming, just because it's a little high. Okay, that looks good. And then let's hop up here. Get this guy going. Okay, I really hope I can reach that from up there. Not truly sure that I can, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Now we can just cover up this hole in the wall and get to work over here. Good, 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 good. Okay, now I'm going to do the rest of this off camera real quick. I will be back in a bit. And now I'm in my third basement, and how I've decided to connect this to my network is I'm actually going to connect it to this dense cable over here. And I'm going to do that by running it through the wall here, and then it will just connect back here. And then we can just neatly cover the rest of this up, and she'll look pretty good. Now there's one thing I forgot to do way down here, and that is I want to attach a, or not just one, but several of these acceleration cards up to this right here import bus. That's just because we'll be getting a lot of stuff, especially later on, and we will need those acceleration cards. The next thing I need to do this episode is to make sure that I actually am still producing enough power for this whole thing, because that our power draw should be up considerably from what it was. So I really just need to check and make sure that I have enough power as we are right now to power everything. Otherwise my ME system will crash, and then eventually everything will just stop. Okay, let's see. If we have still have energy here, we should be good, and it looks like we're solid, so I'm pretty happy about that. There's one more thing I kind of want to do this episode. Let's see. I think I have enough time. I've discovered a flaw in this crafting system back here. My main problem is that when I go to craft recipes with more complex instructions, such as let's see here. Cryo flux duct is the best example. If I say want to make 1,000, that was probably a bad idea because I don't have enough stuff. But if I go to make 100 of these guys, the problem is that this redstone needs to be melted in this first magma crucible here. And ender also needs to be melted there, usually anyways. Right now it doesn't have to be because I already have the resonant flux duct made. But if I needed the resonant flux duct, it would also need to make it here. Now what the problem is that sometimes you will have, say, one ender pearl slip into the magma crucible, it melts it up, and then a bunch of redstone follows it. And that will not work with the fluid transposer. It'll get the 250 millibuckets of liquid ender, and it will not be able to accept the redstone, and it will not be able to fill a bucket with ender because it needs 4 ender pearls worth of liquid ender to make it. So it just stalls it out. It will not work. So I need to tear this apart, unfortunately, and I need to come up with a better solution. Fortunately, I think I have something in mind. But for right now, we just need to tear this up, unfortunately. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work well enough anyways. I want it to work completely automatically, and it will not just do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these patterns. Let me get rid of some junk because I don't have enough room for everything. And trying to be a little bit organized right here, and it's not working out very well. We can get rid of that. Oh, and by the way, you can shift click things into ME interfaces and it will go into the system. So that's what I did just there. That goes there, that goes there. Okay, now we need to grab all these, and I actually have some compactors I'm going to put down right there. So let's go ahead and put those down real fast. And that means I need to move this flux duct actually. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that'll work. And then we can just run it like so. Just to make it a little cleaner. It's already not very clean, but oh well. And then we can just set these bad boys up. This will be like so. Nope. That one doesn't go there. And then this last one goes right there. Nope. On the back. Okay. That looks good. And let's cover this hole up because we do not need it anymore. Okay, that's good. Now I can use this final slot and let's work on setting this up. I think I'm going to set it up somewhere right in this wall because I have power and I also have access to my applied energistics network back here. So that works out pretty well. And I'm going to set it up in a somewhat similar fashion because it needs to have a little bit more complex setup than some of the other stuff because there are actually 2 machines involved in the automation. So let's dig out a hole. Shoot. If you guys are noticed, I have an iron pick now instead of my Tinker's Construct pick, and that's just simply because it broke. And I don't have my Tinker Smeltery over here, but that's okay. I actually need some ME interfaces, and I have those built. I'm not exactly sure how I want to set these up. It's kind of difficult, actually. Let's do something like this for right now. I didn't even put them in the right spots. My goodness. I have way too much crap. Okay, that. Now I need the storage. And I think I have those made. My goodness, this is a mess. Let's get rid of the transposers and the crucibles for right now. Oh my god. My cat annoys me. Like a lot. And we can just set these up right here. And then each one needs a storage cell. And now we need to hook these up. Actually, let's do it right here. I think it will work better if I do it like that. Okay. Now we need a bunch of magma crucibles and transposers. I have those made. I think. Yes. 3 of these guys and fluid transposers. 3 of these guys. And we shall set them up. Let's say here, here, and here. And then the transposers can go here, here, and here. This will accept from the top and output to the right. And all of these can be like that. Okay, these are a little bit more complicated. They need to accept from there and there. Meanwhile, outputting over here. I think that works. Okay, now we need power. And we can run the power, let's say. Let's just go between like this. It's definitely not the most efficient way, but who cares? Who cares at this point? None of this will be seen or anything, so I'm not too worried about it. And where are we? We are right there. Okay, now theoretically these things have power, and it looks like they do. Cool. Now I need to install the item ducts. And this is going to be a little bit trickier. Well, actually, I don't think it is. I don't think it's bad at all. They'll just need to be set up like this, but I need to place filters and servos in the right spots. I need, let's see, 1 filter, 2 filters, 3 filters. I need 9 filters. And I'm pretty sure I do not have that many filters. And to be honest, I need not these filters because they're not good enough. I need these filters because they are. Just need to wait for some electrum to cook up, which shouldn't be too long. I'm actually going to be back when I get all the crafting stuff that I need because I need a few more things as well. So I'll be right back. And I think I have everything that I need. Now, the way that we are going to set this up is our signalum servos will be here. We will have filters here, here, and here. And then our regular servos, which is the plain Jane, will be here. Now we need to set up all of our servos to always be active. So let's do that real fast. And then we need to decide where or what recipes will be made where. Now the problem we had before was that items, once we would melt things, you would get, say, some resident ender where some redstone needed to be. So the simplest way to organize this is by what recipes use, say, redstone as the melted byproduct, which would be the redstone bucket, the bliss powder, and I think this does as well. So those things require the redstone. Let's say cryothium dust, and let's have this one be alone. And if I wanted to be 100% thorough here, I would actually have these separate. The thing is, I'm not sure that I need glowstone and the cryothium dust in the same recipe. So even though they could conflict, I'm not worried about it right there. So now we need to set up the filters, which is kind of the pain in the butt part. For this, we need for the fluid transposer, we need just a bucket and snowball, I think. No, and we need a resonant flux duct, an empty one. So that's all set up. For this right here, we simply need redstone, and I don't even have that. I grabbed everything but redstone. This will need to be redstone. Now, I actually have this set up to blacklist. It needs to be whitelist. Now, this one is for the ender. This one's pretty easy. I need ender pearls and a bucket. So, ender pearls will go in here. Buckets will go in here. So that should be good for those. Now for this, we have the bucket needs to go in here. And actually, it's a bucket for both of those, right? No, wrong. And this right here. Now for the, and those need to be whitelisted. I'm not sure that I did that on both of these. I did. Okay. Now on the fluid transposer, we need bliss powder. No, I don't think that's right. I think it's cryothium dust. Yes. So let's make one of these real fast. It is cryothium dust. And what else? Glowstone. See, look at that. We have 3,000 glowstone. That's awesome. A few episodes ago, we were struggling with that. Theoretically, this system is all set up now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set down a few torches. And I'm going to cover this bad boy up. There's a decent chance that something is messed up. It's kind of a complex setup. But hopefully it's set up all right. Hopefully it'll work. Actually, there's one thing I want to do. I want to make some conversion kits, and I want to make 3 of them. I'm actually going to go ahead and make those. And I'm going to come back when they're done. Theoretically, when they're done anyways. If they don't finish, then it's probably I messed up something here. But if they do finish, I will be back when they're done. So, see you in a bit. And I'm back. I actually did have one problem. I forgot to set up these filters right here. I've gone ahead and done that, except for this last one here. I have not set up the filter for the bliss powder, but I will get that done here in a second. I actually need to, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these conversion kits and apply them to the magma crucibles. That's because they're just really slow otherwise. And I'm going to attach 4 auxiliary reception coil augments to each one as well. That'll just speed these guys up. As of right now, they're just really, really slow, and it's just kind of a pain. So let's set up this last filter and throw this in here, cover this up, and wrap up the episode. In today's episode, I managed to set up 2 new lasers in my final basement of this building. That should give us a bunch of resources, and hopefully it'll give us some mica. I'm going to see if I have any right now. Unfortunately not. That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping I had a little bit at least. Oh well. As of right now, I have 18,500 iron ingots, which is a small improvement over last episode. So that's good. Not a big improvement, so whatever. This is Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.